I have a question for Mrs. Julia. Uh, how has it been to be with Indians representing right from Rita Faria to Manushi Chhillar, all the 6 ladies who have won Miss World?
Well, if I know they all have very nice families, but I almost feel like a second mother, because when we're traveling, it's really important that there are times when they need just to be at home. And this is really important to make sure that during Manushi's year, whilst there's a lot of things to do, there's also a great need to rest down and to stop and just to be at home. So I feel that we know each other very specially on a basis of trust, love, and protection. So whatever she does, whatever she says, is a special meaning for me, that it's secret, it's special, and she will be treated like the only thing I can say as my family, because when we're on the road and we're doing different things and seeing a lot of sadness and a lot of trauma in many kids and many women and men, I think we share sadness, but we also have all each other to share it with. So it is important to be like a family. And although we're professionals in our job, there has to be a time when you can come home, shut the door, and put your feet up and all be together and feel there's home away from home. But she will get time to be home with her family, and I really love her family. They're very supportive. They're strong and wonderful people. And I know that between us all, she'll come out unscathed, but hopefully with a lot more understanding of international needs as well as India's needs. And I know India's going to not just be proud of her now, but even more proud when you see the work she is able to do around the world.
Hi, my question is for Ms. Julia. This is Rituraj from Republic TV. You've been part of the organization for so many decades now. How do you feel has the setup evolved? You know, perhaps a lot of women who win it now are not necessarily from modeling background, like in her case, she has an academic background. So how have you seen this evolve over the last few decades that you've been part of?
Well, it started in '51, and it was an exercise after the war in Britain. And then it was just a bit of fun as a public relations exercise. It did move from there. When I came in, whilst I loved the idea of people being free to do things, I did feel that a lot of the young women that we worked with were not necessarily comfortable walking on a stage in a bikini. And there was nothing wrong with it. I don't condemn it. I just think that if you're going to get the best of an individual, you need to make them feel comfortable. So we felt that when I took over, we didn't need to parade on stage in bikinis, but we did need to have razzmatazz and lots of fun. And if we wanted to do beachwear, we did it on the beach. Working with so many nations, in fact, we work with 140, and they're still growing and coming together. I think it's quite important to know that we must also realize that working around the world, we need to give everybody consideration. And there are some things in some countries that are unacceptable. So we try across the board to be fair and to make everyone feel comfortable, and therefore I think they show who they are as a person when they're walking on stage. They have confidence, and our job is to build that confidence and enhance it.
Good evening. This is Sumit Sharma from India TV. Manushi, praises for your efforts, and thank you for making us proud.
Thank you, Sumit.
And please allow me to ask Ms. Julia first. Ms. Julia, why it took 17 years for India to win that pageant? What is your idea on this?
Well, you see, around the world there are many beautiful women, and so it happens that the juries choose different people. It just so happens that India has to know that 17 years is a long time, but many people have waited 61 years. You have to take it as it comes, and when you're ready for it, it happens, and you're surely ready for it now because you have a most beautiful winner. It is very much a jury that makes the decisions. I'm purely chairman of the judges, but they chose well this time. I haven't got an answer for the last 17 years. I can only say we have been returning in that 17 years, and we have been working with your wonderful Muktagan school in Mumbai that now have seven schools here for mothers who live in the slum areas to bring their children to school and both study at the same time, so mothers can learn to read and write and get jobs, and the children learn to go to school and become engineers, doctors and lawyers, whatever they want to be. So I think that whilst we haven't always won in those 17 years Miss World, we have won a lot together with your wonderful people here that have been organising Miss India. They've done such a good job now involving the projects, and I know that everyone has been behind us to support Muktagan schools, and of course in many other parts, Hyderabad, Children and Police. We've always done things together, and with the Hearts Hospital. So although it's 17 years gone by, we haven't left you. We still love you, and now we're very proud to bring this winner back.
Thank you. Manushi appears to be very sweet, no?
Sorry?
You appears to be very sweet.
Who does?
You.
Me?
Yeah.
Yes, yes,
Well,
she is very
I
sweet.
have never been called very sweet before, but it's a lovely thing you say. I hope I don't disappoint you.
Manushi, you have met different people during this pageant. What is the perception they carry for India?
Well, during the pageant, the first week, they all thought I was a Bollywood actress. But jokes apart, I think they're all very similar, and they really don't. We don't have preconceived notions about each other. When we go over there, we go with fresh minds, and there's a lot of curiosity to know each other, to know about each other's countries. And because I also went with a suitcase full of Indian food, thanks to having an Indian mother and being a vegetarian in China. I think that's how I bonded with all the other contestants, because everyone would come for food to my room. So I think that is one thing that I gave away about India. And the best part about the pageant is that even though we don't understand each other's languages, but we were there together, we were helping each other. And you understand that irrespective of all the superficial differences you have, you're all pretty much the same.
Okay, Manushi. Okay, yeah, I was asking you, what is the perception they carry for India?
What is the perception they carry for India?
Yeah.
There are no preconceived notions at all. Everyone comes with a fresh mind, and I think you just look at the individual and they just want to know you. They don't have any preconceived notions.
मानुषी, ऐसा कौन सा प्रोफेशन है जिसकी जो सैलरीज हैं बहुत ट्रिमेंडसली हाई हैं, पर उनको रिकैलिब्रेट करना चाहिए ताकि जिनकी सैलरीज उतनी हाई नहीं है तो बराबर हो जाए?
I wouldn't want to do that to any profession. I don't want any profession to, to lessen their salaries, I think. But I think every profession deserves equal respect.
Okay. तीसरा, Manushi, you are from Haryana. Do you think winning the pageant will encourage women over there? You will be setting an example, so they will be more motivated to come forward being from Haryana?
Absolutely. In fact, even when I won the pageant at my state, when I won Miss India Haryana, even then there were a lot of girls who would come and ask me out of curiosity, and who would come and speak to me that we don't know how to go about it and we are interested in Miss India. So that's very nice that when one person from your group ventures into a new horizon, and the others are also encouraged to take that step.
Those people in Haryana are eagerly waiting you. And even the Haryana government has announced like lots of privileges for you. How you take this, and you will be availing those privileges?
Well, I'm very excited to go to Haryana and meet everyone, because everyone has been so kind and everyone has been very supporting. And yes, I'm very grateful to the government of Haryana for all the privileges that they are offering to me. And one of them is of a position that I can take at a government office, and I'd really like to contribute to the Beti Bachao Beti Padhao Andolan.
Okay. But there are certain people who might have issues. So would you like to say something to them in these regards, like giving the privileges?
Well, I am here to serve, to give back to my state, to my nation. I'm here to give whatever services I can to anyone. And I don't think anyone from Haryana or from anywhere in the world should have a problem with that.
Thank you so much, and wishing you all the best.
Thank you so much. It was really nice talking to you. Thank you.
Pleasure.
Manushi, Justin here from PTI towards your left.
Hi, Justin.
Yeah, hi, congratulations.
Thank you.
Brilliant campaign on the menstrual health.
Thank you
I just
so
wanted to
much.
ask you, is it kind of sad that on one hand, we have people like you working for this cause, but we also have the government who has levied a heavy tax on sanitary pads, which makes it probably impossible for people from the rural background or perhaps poor background to afford it. Is it kind of sad that the whole dichotomy exists in India where on one hand the Miss World is perhaps rooting for it, but the government is not so much?
I absolutely agree on that. Well, there was a quote going around that menstruation is something which is very natural, and sanitary pads are a necessity, not a luxury. So definitely, I feel that they should be available at a very low cost, so that every woman is able to afford them. And the good thing through my project that I could do was that, along with a local manufacturer of sanitary pads and Walmart India, we could actually make these pads available at a very low cost. But definitely, I would like to take this forward and be able to bring light on this, because I feel that it is necessary that sanitary pads are available at a very low cost.
Also, just out of curiosity, what were the first few hours like after you won? Because I'm sure it must have been chaotic and maddening. What is going on in your head after the first few hours? Do you recall that?
It was a mixture of emotions the first few hours, and there was a lot of excitement, and there was everyone, all the good wishes pouring in. And there was a lot of anticipation as to what is going to happen next, what am I expected to do. But I think I was just enjoying that moment. It was still sinking in. I was trying to realize, because my family was there, they were so proud, and all my friends from India and everyone who came down to support me, everyone was there. And I was happy that this was my dream, but I could actually bring pride to 1.2 billion people.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Hi. Manushi, you've always spoken about your mother being your guardian angel and the way she has helped you shape up the way you are in your career.
Yes.
What role has your father played, to reach wherever you are right now?
Well, my father has really respected the fact that my mother is my best friend, for first. Well, I've always been very close to both my parents, though I'm very fond of my mother and I really want to be like her. But my father has been an amazing person in my life, because he's always believed in me. And he calls me his dragon, because he says that whatever situations you face in life, you face it with courage. So throughout the journey when I started, because I've never done pageants before, and there was a lot of nervousness when I walked first into the auditions of Miss India. But I think it was my father, it was my parents who kept telling me that, yes, you can do it. So my father has been like my backbone, and he's always stood by me.
Also, with your win, I think India has leveled up with Venezuela as far as the number of Miss Worlds are concerned.
Yes.
So what's your one advice for all the fellow Indians for the next year that we can become one up on Venezuela, to have one more Miss World back in India?
Well, all I tell is that this is a very beautiful journey, so cherish every moment and just be yourself. You know, there's nothing else which is more beautiful when you are yourself and you're not apologetic about it.
Thank you so much.
Hi Manushi, सर्वेश तिवारी from ETV.
Hi.
मेरा सवाल था कि जिस वक्त आपको ताज पहनाया जा रहा था, अनाउंसमेंट हुई कि आप मिस वर्ल्ड बन गई हैं, उस समय काफ़ी भावुक हो गई थी आप, इमोशन जीतने के बाद जब अनाउंसमेंट होगी, सबसे पहला कॉल भारत में आपने सबसे पहले किसे किया?
सबसे पहला कॉल भारत में जो हमारी मिस इंडिया टीम है, मेरा उनसे सबसे पहली बात हुई थी, क्योंकि उन्होंने मुझे बहुत सपोर्ट करा है throughout. My family was already there, and a lot of my supporters were right there. But the first phone call was with the Miss India organization back here, because they've really believed in me through the very first day when I walked into the auditions. I think they've really encouraged me and they've made me believe in my own dreams. So I think I was very grateful to them for that.
एक दूसरा सवाल था कि
हाँ जी।
अभी आपके आने से पहले पर्दे पे आपके कुछ वीडियो दिखाए गए, उसमें हम 3 मानुषी को देख रहे हैं। एक जहाँ पे एक मानुषी सोशल वर्क कर रही है, दूसरी एक डॉक्टरेट फील्ड में है और तीसरी मानुषी हमारे सामने बैठी मिस वर्ल्ड है। आने वाले समय में आपका जो करियर होगा वो किस करियर में हम आपको देख सकेंगे पूरा भारत देश?
वेल वो तीनों मानुषी एक ही है वैसे, क्योंकि अगर मैं एक डॉक्टर हूँ या फिर मैं मिस वर्ल्ड हूँ या फिर मैं अपना ब्यूटी विद अ पर्पस प्रोजेक्ट में के तरफ काम कर रही हूँ, तो तीनों का मोटिव एक ही है, टू बी एबल टू मेक अदर्स लाइव्स मोर कंफर्टेबल। सो तीनों मानुषी एक ही है और आप आगे भी मुझे इसी अवतार में देखेंगे।
करियर की बात करें किस फील्ड में?
डॉक्टर, ऑफ कोर्स।
ओके, थैंक यू।
मानुषी जी, ट्विटर पर देखा हमने आपको ढेरों सारी बधाइयाँ मिली,
हाँ जी।
पीएम मोदी से लेके प्रियंका चोपड़ा तक, लेकिन कुछ एक ऐसे भी ट्वीट है जो कि हर्ट करने वाले थे, आपने भी पढ़ा, तो ऐसे लोगों के लिए क्या कहना चाहेंगे आप?
वेल it's okay to have an opinion and everyone has an opinion, so that's actually all right, you know। अगर 100 में से अगर 2 लोग मुझे कुछ गलत भी बोलते हैं तो मुझे 98 लोगों ने अच्छा बोला, तो I think I'll focus on the positive side of it.
Are we ending it? Natasha.
Any more questions?
You went, probably everyone would like to ask you, you were at the temple today, Siddhivinayak. Would you like
हाँ
to
जी।
share, कुछ बताना चाहेंगी? Your wishes, how you felt over there?
I think after coming back, it was very important for me to express my gratitude, not only to the people around me, but also to Ganpati ji. And it's very nice to go pray, to meditate, and to introspect, because after a very gruesome journey that I had, it was very tiring for all of us, and I think that was one moment I wanted to connect with myself.
Thank you, Manushi.
Thank
Very
you.
impressive. Wish you all the best.
Thank you so much.
As always, and in the future also, you will make us proud. We hope for this.
I hope I keep making my country proud.
Ms. Julia, it will be difficult for us to wait another 17 years, so we want this to be regular, on regular basis.
We'll have to wait and see.
Okay. And you also, आते जाते रहा करो आप जरा. We get to see you and see your sweet face.
Thank you. He's saying that you should keep coming back and visiting us.
I'd love to do that. I'd love to do that. Thank you.
Yeah. Miss India का grand finale हुआ कर. Oh, sorry, दी में जा रहा हूँ मैं. Whenever there is a grand finale of Miss India, please come down here. We get to see your lovely face.
I'm going to be with Natasha, and she is going to take us on her journey across India when she is looking for the next Miss World. And we're looking at projects at the same time, so you haven't got rid of me yet.
Thank you so much.
I want you to adopt me.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, members of the media. One question? Go ahead, ask. Can we get a mic here for the last question, please? Right in the front seat. For Priyanka in the front. Okay, one last question for Mrs. Morley. There's one question for you, one last one, if that's okay. There you go.
Hi, Mrs. Morley. Hi, this is Priyanka. Hi. Mrs. Morley, you are an inspiration to not just Indians, but people all over the world. We want to know what was the inspiration behind Beauty with a Purpose?
It's an interesting question. in 1972, I was in Singapore, and I was watching an old lady from my hotel room. She was on the road. In those days, Singapore wasn't quite like it is today. It was very simple and very poor. They didn't have the big airport. Changi prison actually had a little place next door for children who were mentally unwell, and they were living like, well, they didn't have to, had to have some air, so they had like a prison front with bars, and they were trying their best to do things. And I looked out of my hotel window one morning, and there was an old lady washing some of the children on the street. They were children who perhaps couldn't move very much. And she, every morning, I would wake up and look out the window for her. And around 6:30, she was cleaning faces, giving food, doing the sweetest things. And every day for 2 weeks, she was doing this. And I went down one morning to speak to her. And it shows my ignorance, but I said to her, "Don't you ever get tired of doing this?" And she looked at me. She wasn't angry. She smiled and she said, "Is it not better to light one candle in the darkness than not to see at all?" And from that moment, I felt this was really a message for me, to listen, to learn, and to be humble about this wonderful lady. And I wanted to make Miss World, working with it, have a purpose. And Beauty with a Purpose was born that day. And I was in Singapore, and all the girls in the Miss Singapore contest adopted that very day Beauty with a Purpose. We were, in fact, I had been working a lot with children, and we had several children from Singapore and Malaysia come to London, and I had them in my home, helping them to recover from cancer and heart surgeries. We had two for heart surgery, and I'd take them home and then take them back. So although we did it in a smaller way, in 72 it started, and now every country is involved, and each country tries their best to do a project and to use young women and men, because Mr. World does the same. Young men and women across the world are looking to do something useful in their country. Now it's getting bigger, their organizations get behind them. But you know, to help one person, as this old lady did, one person can light that one candle, than not to see in the darkness, is something that really hit my heart. And I believe that that's what I was meant to do all my life. And now I'm over 21. I feel that I wake up in the morning and it's so exciting because the day brings so many blessings. Like this today, it's a blessing. So, you know, that's how I feel. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Morley. That is indeed extremely inspiring for all of us. You teach us a lot in life. Thank you. Can we please have both of you right in front for a picture opportunity? Just members of the media. Members of the media. Members of the media. Please relax. Can you all look on your left, the first? We'll take turns. Thank you. Come. They want to take pictures of Manushi. So, thank you so much. Thank you. We love you. She's lovely. She's lovely. We love her. Look at that. Yeah. We love you. She's great. She's good. So much, Mr. Morley, Manushi, Miss World 2017. Manushi, we request you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, last few pictures. They're over there. Guys.
Yeah, right. Manushi, yeah, right. Full right.
Manushi, to your right. Thank you so much, Miss World 2017.
Thank you.